Hey YouTube, what is going on? It is Jax here back with another video, and today, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice yet, but I have a pretty bad cold and I have a really bad headache at the moment. So today we're going to be doing another another top ladder push part of the installment. I know I've been doing these videos quite a bit, but at the moment I don't really think that I could go and play some ladder live for you guys, even though I'd like to. However, I do have some really nice replays from a push I had earlier with Goblin drill Bridgespam. A few people have been asking for this, and I don't know, somebody was asking about how to play versus E-Giant, so this is going to be a good example of how you should be playing it. It's a pretty easy matchup, but it can be difficult if you make some mistakes and your opponent is able to capitalize. So, a few things before we start going over the replay. We're getting close to 10,000 subscribers before school starts. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot. I had a great trip in DC, and I'm ready to come back and grind for you guys. It's going to be really fun. When school starts, I'm going to be trying to do 4 uploads a week, but I may be doing 3. We'll have to see. But for the 10K special, we're going to split it up. We're going to do a Pass Royale live stream where I will be doing a tournament, and the top 3 players probably will get Pass Royale. Don't quote me on this, it's not 100% yet, but that is the intention here. And I'm also going to be doing a Q&A kind of video, so I'll be making a community tab post where I go over some of the comments there, and if you guys want to leave some questions here, I'll come back and look at a few of the questions here, but I want to do mostly on the community tab. And the last thing is subs versus Jax. That's not going to be a part of the 10K special, but it is going to be coming up, so be sure to check the community tab, because I'll be posting a day or 2 in advance when subs versus Jax is going to happen, so that you guys can make sure that you're ready to join the clan when it is time. So make sure, if you want more info on subs versus Jax, to check the community tab. That's the big thing, because many people have been asking me where I'm going to be posting it. It'll be on the community tab. I don't have a time set for it yet. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get into the match. Entering double elixir, not really much happened in single, so I was content to talk through it. So here, he kind of wastes his lightning on the Mother Witch. I space out the Ewiz, as you can see in the cannon cart, so that if he was going to save his lightning, he couldn't go in and lightning both the cannon cart and the Ewiz. Ewiz is going to take a nice job, do a nice job with the Inferno Dragon. He's going to go for an E-Giant and then a Bomber, and that's how the E-Giant player needs to be playing this matchup. They really need to be using anything they can get to try and build a counter push off of this, because when they attack, they're literally not breaking through unless you don't have your Goblin Drill in cycle and you're down a lot of elixir. Otherwise, there's just no way, because all you have to do is place your Goblin Drill in the middle. That kites the E-Giant. You can kite it to Antarctica by putting it in the other lane, and then all you have to do is place your cannon cart right near it, because if they lightning the cannon cart or if they lightning the Goblin Drill to kill it, so the E-Giant has, like, there's no buildings for the E-Giant to walk through, then they're going to get screwed over by the fact that the cannon cart is now in a building mode, and now we just have a bunch of stuff on his tower. Fireball's going to come in and kill the Mother Witch. All we had to do was wait for a nice counter push off of that. Very, very easy matchup, just making sure you're using the Goblin Drill to pull, cannon cart, so cycle the cannon cart first, Goblin Drill to pull, and then play your, you can play the cannon cart first so that it walks up in front of the tower, so they have to lightning it in the drill, and then add a little bit of support on there just to clean up, and then you can counter push. It's a really good matchup for this deck, and you should be able to win it pretty consistently with some practice. So the next replay I'm going to show here is against Muhammad Parsa deck. So this, on paper, looks like a really easy matchup, and I think it actually is a pretty easy matchup even like in practice. However, it can be very, very, very sketchy, because your opponent does have plenty of ways to just kind of cheese you and break through, like tornadoing all of your stuff into the P.E.K.K.A. or a balloon graveyard push if you don't have the Mother Witch in hand. Excuse me, I have a lot of drainage, so I'm going to have to be doing that. So I go in for a cannon cart first play, and honestly, I've been finding that I like to make the first play more with this deck. Even like a cannon cart, or mainly not a Dark Prince because you need it for the drill, but like Bandit, Barbell, Goblin Drill, cannon cart, all those are good plays to start off the game. You can even cycle a Mother Witch sometimes if you really want to. Sorry about the lag from my phone there. But we are going to go ahead and just fireball this Ewiz here, and I thought this was P.E.K.K.A. Bridgespam, but we do knock the Ewiz into the other lane, which is really nice. So here, I'm just going to go for a Dark Prince in front of this Mother Witch to protect her, because the Dark Prince is only going to lose his shield, which is a really nice interaction for me. So Dark Prince and Mother Witch are charging in to go ahead and kill his Dark Prince. So at this point, I still wasn't sure what the deck was, but I go in for the Bandit. He goes in for the arrows, and then the Bandit's going to connect with the Piggy. He has to go for a weird bomber. And so, yeah, I have not been operating at full brain capacity today. So this is the defense I put. I still haven't realized it's Muhammad Parsa deck. I go in for a Barbie Barrel. I tried to hit the bomber, and then I was like, wait, I gotta hit the graveyard. And then I was like, wait, but I still have to hit the bomber, and I just whiffed everything. That was really funny. And we take quite a bit of damage, and no count, not, we'll get counter push, but like, we could have had like 18 piggies down there if I had just cycled the Barbie Barrel and gone to my Mother Witch. So he goes for a P.E.K.K.A on top of the, he goes for a P.E.K.K.A on top of the cannon cart to kill it. And then we go in for our Dark Prince, trying to protect the Ewis, however he nados before I could react. And that is going to be a P.E.K.K.A down, however we do lose the Ewis and we lose our counter push. Here the P.E.K.K.A I think would have gotten a hit. I wasn't going to risk it. We just going for the Bandit, no point in not doing it because he doesn't have a nado and cycle. It's going to force out a response. So he goes in for the Dark Prince. I'm going to go in for the Cannon Cart, and then here I elect to protect the Cannon Cart. So I go in for a Barbell, and then all I have to do is really Ewis here. We get some value onto the Dark Prince to spawn to change up the interaction as well. No point in not doing it. Ewis is going to do a good job. He doesn't have his P.E.K.K.A in cycle yet, but now he does. So Cannon Cart is not going to lock on, and I go for a Drill. I thought he was going to P.E.K.K.A first, but he didn't have it in cycle. However, look at how much damage that P.E.K.K.A took, and we really don't have a bad cycle right now. We can just go for a Bandit in the back. And then I'm going to go in for a Cannon Cart. I'm going to try and overkill this P.E.K.K.A before he can do anything. However, he does get the nado off. And then the Bomber's going to come in, and the Cannon Cart is now within arrows range. So I try and protect the Cannon Cart with the Dark Prince. We're going to Barbell. We're going to try and overwhelm this Dark Prince here. However, he just goes for an Ewis, and so now my cycle's kind of weird because I need my Mother Witch for his balloon. I need for his graveyard. I need the Ewis for his balloon, Fireball, and then Goblin Drill. Kind of an awkward play. However, we go in for a Fireball, and we're going to get a bunch of damage on the P.E.K.K.A, but not enough. This is going to be a really scary counter push because he's going to have plenty of tanking potential from this P.E.K.K.A. Excuse me. So we're going to go in. He's going to nado the Cannon Cart, which is really good for me because that's a bunch of wasted elixir. And then Dark Prince is going to block. I go for an Ewis low. I don't want the Ewis to start splitting his attack up and like on the P.E.K.K.A so the balloon would get a hit. And I also don't want it to be too close to the P.E.K.K.A. So that's why I go down low, just to make sure that he's out of the way. We easily counter the balloon. Only death damage is taken. We still have the damage lead. So I go in for a Fireball on top of the Dark Prince, knowing that his shield is going to get knocked off. We knock the Ewis into the other lane yet again, which is really good for me. I wait for the Cannon Cart to get nadoed in. At this point, I was ready for him to nado in. And then we're able to go ahead and kill his Dark Prince with a Barbell and my Dark Prince of our own. And our Dark Prince is still counter pushing, forcing out some arrows. So here again, my cycle's kind of awkward. I need all of these cards, except Drill, but Drill's just going to give him a big counter push. So here we have to go in for the Ewis. I can't play a Drill into a Dark Prince. It's too late to switch lanes. I go for a high Cannon Cart, trying to snipe this Bomber. We kind of fail. However, we can just go in for a Drill to tank for the P.E.K.K.A. Barbell's going to go ahead and clean up everything, and then Ewis is there. Quick Fireball. I don't Mother Witch because I need it for his Graveyard 1, and I also don't want to take any death damage, so Fireball's going to be the other option. I don't need my Fireball for anything. We're just able to go ahead and kill it. No death damage. We're still by 200 damage. So we have the damage lead. That gives us a little bit of freedom to work with here. I misclick a Dark Prince. That was not supposed to happen. However, he kind of screws up his Bomber, and that just is wasted. I go in for an Ewis, and then I go for a quick Goblin Drill at the bridge. The nado gets caught, like everything gets caught on the bridge. We're able to go in for a Fireball. We're going to kill the Dark Prince. We're going to kill this P.E.K.K.A up at the bridge. P.E.K.K.A is going to get some value, but the Cannon Cart is still out of the way. Now it's dead, but now the Cannon Cart is kind of centering the bridge. He's kind of guarding it. He's going to go in for a balloon. He's going to go in for the graveyard. This is the final sim with 20 seconds left, but that's too much time. Ewis is going to get pulled to the other lane. Going to get some damage on tower. We're now in the lead, and I go in for a Fireball on this balloon just to make sure we're not taking any damage. I have a bunch of Mother Witch Piggies. 400 damage lead is way too much. We're able to just go in for another high Cannon Cart to block the bridge. I should have saved that Bandit. I really didn't need to do anything, but I just was like, oh, kill Bomber, go. And we do get the dash. So, I mean, it works out anyway, but Mother Witch was doing a good job on the graveyard. We win by 800 HP. Solid game right there. So we're going to go into the final game of the video here. Going to be a shorter one. I would do 4 games in this situation since I have plenty of content, but my head is like really hurting. So we'll actually go ahead and choose, let's see, we're going to go ahead and choose the one against Balloon Cycle. Honestly, Balloon Cycle is just kind of a rough matchup in general for most Bridgespam decks, but not this one. I don't think it's a bad matchup for this one, and you guys are going to see why. This deck is so much fun, and this deck is really, really, really good against Balloon Cycle, man. I love it. I love, because playing P.E.K.K.A, this matchup is like hopeless. You have no shot unless they just like disconnect or decide, hey, my brain is no longer in my head, it's on the floor. That's how you can win it. But with this deck, your brain is on the floor because you can just play a Mother Witch and everything is dead. It's just really fun. It made me very happy to win this matchup when I did, especially how I did. You guys are going to enjoy that. So going for a barbell, I miss his barbell, but at least my barb is going for the bomb tower. But then the cannon cart kills the bomb tower and the barb just dies. So kind of a waste, but not really a waste because I was going to bleed elixir if I didn't do it. So at least I wasted it and it did something instead of just sitting in my hand. I go in for a Goblin Drill, knowing he doesn't have his Barbell and Cycle, nor his Bomb Tower, which is a great answer. We don't get any damage, but look at how much Elixir he spent. And then all I have to do is go for a Dark Prince in the back. Skeletons are going to get shot down by my tower. He doesn't have anything to protect the Musk. He's not going to use a Miner, because then I just go Bandit, and then he can't counter my counter push. So Dark Prince is coming in. He's going to go for a Miner. I go in for a Bandit. My cycle's kind of weird. I need to make sure that I'm just playing cards here. And then he goes in for the Barbell and he snowballs. That's a panic play right there. And we, again, we're still up quite a bit of Elixir. So I'm just going to go for a cannon cart in the back. Sorry, my nose is running really badly. So we are just going to play the cannon cart in the back, yeah, and reset. He's going to go for the Bomb Tower. So here I was thinking he's probably going to Skeletons on top of the cannon cart, but a Barbell on top of the cannon cart to protect it would not be very good. So go for a Barbell early, preemptively force out the Skeletons. Cannon cart locks onto the Bomb Tower. So I just go in for a Goblin Drill. He's not going to be able to Barbell until the Goblin Drill is almost dead. So we get 2 Goblin stabs, and then we get 1 more because he whiffed the Barbell a little bit. Easy Dark Prince to pick this up. He doesn't have enough Elixir to counter push because all I have to do is Mother Witch, and then E was at 0, and this Dark Prince is going to take out everything. Then we have a big counter push. So he's not going to balloon. He goes in now that I cycled my Bandit opposite lane. I was like in my head right before he did this, but after I cycled the Bandit, I was like, that was probably not the smartest play. So he goes in. However, he's not going to get much damage. I split lane him here. We have the Mother Witch with the Piggy to tank, and we have the Ewes, and I'm going to go for the Cannon Cart as well because he still has to counter that Goblin Drill, and he's panicking now. He's got way too much to deal with. Mother Witch spawns out of Piggy. Bandit's going to come in and change up that interaction with the Skeleton. Cannon Cart's locked on that tower. Ice Golem's coming in. Ice Golem actually does push the Cannon Cart off. However, my cannon cart is still alive and trucking. So he goes in for the wasted bomb tower. He's got a barbell now. Look at how awkward his cycle is. Cannon cart's locked on. He has no barbell. Dark Prince is still there, and it's going to be tanked for by the drill as soon as it drill spawns. And we're able to go in for a cannon cart. I have enough elixir to immediately spam a bandit. Look at his cycle. There's no way he defends this. 800 HP on the tower. Barbell's going to come down, but not before the bandit dashes through onto everything. She's on tower. She's not on tower now. She's on tower again. Cannon carts finishes it off, and that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a great video right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.